widening light takes just 3 simple and fast steps. First, the accelerator rinse.
It's on there. Okay. Give your full name and tell me how old you are now.
Evelyn Lucille, Babb. I used to be a Shira. Tom Shira was my daddy. Minnie Caroline Rayleigh was my mother.
Okay. Can you tell me when you was born and where?
I was born in Geneva County in 1922, June 27th.
Okay. You told us who your parents were. Could you tell us what kind of jobs they had? What was their career?
They didn't have no career, just make a living as farmers.
Okay. How many brothers and sisters did you have, and can you name them all?
Well, I had 3 half-sisters. And Maureen, Reethy, and Pearlie. And got one Isabel, she's dead. There's 4 of them, made 4. And I was the oldest after Mama married my daddy. And there was me, and Simon, my brother, and Harriet. And there was one by the name of Joshua, he was older than me. He's dead. He died at 6 months.
What did he die of?
Pneumonia. Isabel died of pneumonia too, so they was a Bowens family. That's my half-sisters.
Okay, did you attend school?
5th grade. I quit in 5th grade.
Great. Do you remember what kind of grades you made?
Fair. Not A's.
Okay, could you tell me a little bit about what life was like for you? I mean, did you, after going to school, come home and work and what?
Yeah, we'd come home, go to the cotton patch, pick cotton, or go to the peanut patch, shake peanuts, go to the field and hoe. Our days off from school was hoeing or either gathering cotton or peanuts. And old velvet beans, that's something that stings you when you pick them.
So you had to wear gloves?
Yeah, pull corn. But my mama in 1930, around 1933, 34, why then I quit school, went with her to the sewing factory, government sewing factory in Hartford. We'd make beds, pillars, quilts. Ended up, that's where most of my clothes come from the scraps that was left. We made our clothes out of that. We could take them home with us. I think President Roosevelt was the one that opened up that sewing factory for the people that couldn't help. Didn't have no jobs.
So Roosevelt was president when you was little.
Yeah.
Can you remember some of the things that happened during that time period?
Well, there's a lot of things
Anything dramatic, really, that has stuck in your head all these years?
Yeah, I remember whenever I was, which Maureen, my oldest half-sister, said I was about 2 years old, me climbing up on the fence and watched the parade walking by the house. They had elephants and camels and all kind of animals. They had lions, bears. And I didn't know how old it was, but that stuck in my mind. I could remember that. Pretty good. And my sister says I wasn't but 2 years old.
So must have been very important.
Pretty good it was, because it was something new out there in the country. I remember my daddy used to go out in the woods to beet and cut bee trees, and we'd rob the trees and get the honey and go back that night then and take them home. That's where we got our sweets. We used to eat possum, coon, rabbits, Gophers.
Did all the meat taste the same?
It all tasted good. It was good because we was poor folks. That's about the only way we'd get anything to eat. She'd wash for people, iron for them, scrub for them, make a living.
Your mother would?
Yeah, she didn't have no trade. I went to school many a time with a piece of cornbread for my lunch. We got a hold of an egg, well then, we got a piece of candy, I'd take the egg to school with me and walk down to the store and trade that egg for a piece of candy. I remember another incident though that when Simon and me, we took a chicken over to cross the creek to the store. We were supposed to get a sack of flour. We stopped at the creek down there. One of us would hold the chicken's mouth open and poke that chicken full of rocks. The old man told Mama later that chicken had the most rocks in its craw he'd ever seen.
Why'd y'all do that? I mean, the more it weighed, the more you got for it? Or
Just kids, just kids.
just kids playing around?
Yeah, just playing around. We was living on a log place at that time. Went over there and milked the cow for Mama that morning. I was about 7, I reckon. Old cow kicked the bucket and knocked the milk out. Well, we stopped at the creek and filled the bucket up with water. It looked like milk, but it wasn't. It was water. Milky water. That's just how we were then. We try to hide what we done.
About how old were you when you got married?
I was 13.
13. How did you meet Grandpa?
How'd I meet Grandpa?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Grandpa, we've been knowing each other ever since we were little bitty kids.
Really?
Yeah. I've been knowing him ever since 1926.
And when did you get married? What year did you get married?
1937.
What made y'all decide to get married?
We both wanted to have a home of our own. Because we neither one hadn't ever had a home. Something we could call our own.
So when y'all knew each other as little kids, did y'all decide then that y'all would get married one day? Or just,
no, just
y'all were just friends? And
just happened.
how old was Papa?
How old was Papa?
How old was he when y'all got married?
He was 19.
19. And you were 13.
Yeah. No, his family lived not too far from us, and my half-sister, Maureen, she married Grandpa's brother, oldest brother. So naturally we was together a whole lot.
Got to see each other.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what day y'all got married? Exactly.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
April the 17th, 1937,
Where'd y'all get married at?
Geneva, Alabama.
You did? Was it did your father and mother agree with it, or did y'all have any trouble in getting married?
Nothing on my stepdaddy. I didn't have no. My daddy was dead. He died at 31. And my stepdaddy, he cussed up a blue streak. You could hear him 5 miles. Mama went with me to get married. She took me to Geneva.
Did y'all get married in a courthouse? Or
Yeah.
was it...
Before the judge, P.C. Black.
Did Grandpa's parents have any problems with y'all getting married? No? They usually don't with the guy, do they?
No, not with the guy.
It's the girl they won't let go
We went
of.
back and lived with his oldest brother, Doc, and Marine, for a while. He was living on Lamb Smith's place. We worked for Lamb Smith in the field, made our little bit of something to eat to get on our feet. 1938 then. Buddy was born February 38, and then we moved down here in 39. And we've been here in Santa Rosa County ever since 1939.
So Buddy was your firstborn.
Yeah.
And how old were you then? 14?
14.
14.
I had him in February before I was 15 in June.
Okay, you said Buddy was your firstborn.
Yeah.
How many more did you have after that? Could you name them in order that they were born?
There's Alvin, Esker Jr., the one that's dead, and Charlie James, and Doris, then Don, Jess, you know, he come in along about Don's age, and then Evelyn, and then Junior.
Okay. Okay, you said right after you got married you lived with your sister and her husband.
Yeah.
How long after that was it that you finally was able to get your own place to live?
Well, it wasn't, we stayed there 1 year, I think.
1 year? Then where'd you move
We
to?
would move about 10 miles further on, and we rented a house. Still worked on the farm.
From what I understood, y'all lived out in the swamps.
Yeah.
You right?
Yeah. Well, that's when we first moved down here. We moved down here in 1939. We went up to up Shamuka Highway up there. I can't remember what the man's name was. We farmed that in 39. And then in 1940 we bought a piece of property down at Mulat, 40 acres down there. And that's where Alvin was born at Pace. We moved from up there down to Pace, and we built a house down there and lived there. Alvin was born there, and Junior was born there, the one that's dead. And Doris was born down at Mulat. Don them was born at Mulat. All of them except Junior was born at Mulat. Junior was born here. We sold that then and bought this up then.
Did you go to the hospital each time you had a baby?
No, I had them at home.
You had them all by yourself?
Yeah, well, me and the neighbor.
You and the neighbor? How close did the neighbor live?
Oh, about as far as that house out there.
Oh, so y'all lived pretty close.
Yeah.
What was it like living out there in the swamps?
Oh, it's all right. It's a lot better than having to live out here among all these cars.
Did you worry about the wild animals that were running around?
No, anybody that hoot and holler whenever there's kids walking to school, 1.5 to 2 miles to catch a school bus to go to school before day of the morning, well then, you can't be scared of animals. We kept them all scared off.
Good.
Oh, I've got most of this wrote down in a book here somewhere.
Was you just a housewife? Was that your career your whole life?
Yeah.
Just a housewife? And there was nothing else you did on the side?
Nothing. I ironed for a few people down at Pace. Make $1 here and $1 there.
Did you work out in the fields with Papa?
Yeah, I worked out in the field right on. Go out and pick cotton. I've picked cotton since I've been here. We used to have a cotton patch out here.
Okay, you said you had what, about 8 kids?
Yeah.
Was it 8
Yeah.
kids? Do you know exactly how many grandchildren you had?